everybody, it's Catherine here again at Baxterworld. So thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel again. What we're trying to do is give you some helpful hints and tips of what's coming up in the tax landscape. And so we wanted to talk to you today about Making Tax Digital, or MTD for short. So I'm sure some of you out there will have heard a little bit about this, and you might be wondering, well, what does it mean? So Making Tax Digital, or as I said, MTD for short, is basically geared toward self-employed people and landlords that are earning income of more than £50,000. Now, this could be £50,000 from one source, or perhaps you're self-employed, a sole trader, and you have some rental income, and maybe your sole trade is 40,000, and maybe your rental income is 12,000, and that's £52,000 in total. That means you're also in it, and you are mandated to be in the Making Tax Digital regime from April. Now, what a lot of people might not be aware of is, although you will start to receive some HMRC letters and confirmations that you're going to be brought into the Making Tax Digital regime, you still actually have to register. So you can either register yourself, or you can get your agent to do it, your accountant to do it for you, but not a lot of people will be aware of that. So as I said, it's £50,000 of income, and you'll be mandated to report from April this year, April 2026 onwards. So what does this mean practically for you? You're used to gathering all your information and maybe using HMRC's website to file once a year your sole trade income, your rental income, whatever that is, you're used to doing a once a year filing. The Making Tax Digital regime is going to require you to make your filing quarterly. Yep, every 3 months. So that means that April, May, June has to be filed by July this year. Now, the way to do this is to use some sort of software. You have to use some sort of software that is compatible with HMRC, and you're going to have to connect your bank account to that software. Now, a lot of sole traders out there are probably using the same bank account for both business and personal activity. I highly recommend you separate that out. I appreciate there's some more fees involved in having a business bank account, but let me tell you, analysing perhaps 200 transactions per month or per quarter of business transactions is going to be a lot less time consuming than it would be to analyse 500 or 800 personal and business transactions, because you're using one bank account. So save yourself a little bit of time and hassle, save your accountant a little bit of time and hassle, and ultimately yourself a little bit more money by separating out your personal activity from your business activity. So as I said to you, you're going to have to connect your bank account to a software product. Now, there's a lot of free products out there. If you're currently using spreadsheets to manage your sole trade or your rental income, there are bridging products out there that will connect to HMRC. But here at Baxterworld, the products that we've chosen to put our clients on are QuickBooks products. Now, there's two products in particular that we're going to be putting our clients on. One is QuickBooks Essentials, and one is QuickBooks Plus. Now, we'll choose the product depending on what suits the specific client. More likely than not, we'll use Essentials for those clients that have one source of income only, and for those clients that have multiple sources of income, sole trade plus rental, perhaps something else going on, we'll use the Plus version. Now, here at Baxterworld and a lot of accountancy firms, we get a wholesale discount with our software providers, and we pass that on in its entirety to our clients. So for the Essentials version, it's £19 a month plus VAT, and for the Plus version, it's £28 a month plus VAT, which is a 50% discount on the Joe Public prices, as it were. So as I was saying to you, you're going to have to analyse all of your activity on a quarterly basis. So that means the first time you're doing this, you might look at it in July and go back and connect your bank account and start to analyse your April, May, June activity. If you leave this to the last minute, you're going to run into problems. You really want to be doing this monthly. Here at Baxterworld, our bread and butter is monthly management accounts. So we've spent the last couple of years getting all of our clients into the rhythm of giving us their information monthly, so that my team can analyse the activity and that we're ready to go. So in my opinion, if you're going to be doing this yourself, you want to do it monthly. Don't bury your head in the sand. It'll take you a couple of hours once a month, do it. Then by the time you come to July, you only have 1 month left to do. You'll only be analysing June, and you'll be ready to hit the button. Now bear in mind, you're going to be analysing all of your income and all of your costs. And if, for whatever reason, you've chosen not to separate out your personal from your business, you're going to have a huge amount of activity to analyse, and you could end up making a mistake where you assign some of your personal costs into being business costs. This could lead to issues and errors and penalties with HMRC, and you just don't want any part of that. You want to be able to sleep at night. So if you do nothing apart from watching this video, take my advice and separate out the personal from the business. As you're going along, you're going to be filing quarterly, and then the software product that you will have chosen is probably going to come up with an estimate of the tax paid or the tax payable. Bear in mind, this is an estimate. It's going to be quarterly. You're not required to make those payments until you come to do your annual final declaration. So you'll be making 4 filings a year, 1 for each quarter, and it's calendar quarterly, and then you'll have to make an annual filing declaration. And this is going to gather everything together. All the 4 quarters will come together, and then after that, your actual tax liability will appear. So HMRC are saying that they're going to give you a quarterly estimate because they think they're going to be helpful. I think it's probably going to scare a lot of people because they might think, oh, I have to pay this now. You don't. You still just have to pay once a year, or at least you still just have to pay once a year for now. Nobody has said anything, but my only my suspicion for why these things are happening is ultimately, eventually, in maybe 3 to 5 or even 6, 7 years time down the line, most self-employed people or landlords or everybody else out there is going to be paying tax probably monthly the same way an employee would. Now, no one has said that, no one's confirmed that, but that's just kind of my suspicion. That's just where my mind goes with HMRC. So while we're talking about Making Tax Digital, as I said, a lot of the HMRC advertising is going to be telling you about it. It's coming in in April. They're probably going to be advertising a lot about it, streamlining everything. It's going to make tax simpler and all the rest of it. But in reality, it's actually going to be a huge cost burden for businesses. You're going to end up paying software costs. As I know, I said there's some free software out there, but in my opinion, the paid for products have just been developed better. So you're going to have to pay for software. You're going to have to pay an accountant or bookkeeper some additional time because you're going to want to get it done monthly or quarterly, and you're used to paying someone annually. So just bear in mind that there's going to be this all advertising around Making Tax Digital is wonderful and it's going to simplify things. It's going to be additional costs and burdens, which is why we're saying to you, get yourself ready now, pick the product, connect your bank, separate out what you need to, do it now, so that when the time comes, you're ready to go. You've already researched it, you know what you're doing, and as I said before, if you have any issues at all, just reach out to us in the Contact Us form on our website or give us a call here at the office. So, I think I've hit everything there for you. You've got quarterly filings, you have a once a year annual filing, you will have to pay your tax bill as normal at 31st of January, as you always would have done. It's everybody with more than £50,000 of income, and bear in mind that's top line income, that's the income that goes to your customer, or the rental income you're receiving from your tenant. Combined, it's not your profit. A lot of people are confused by that. It's not your profit after costs, so don't fall into that trap. And again, if you wanted to know any other information, give us a call or use the Contact Us form on our website. Thanks.